aim. I'm going to quickly go through a logic of innovation that builds up. I'm going to go at a speed that's going to be a bit death-defying for you, and I apologize for it, but I also don't apologize for it. This is not something you get in one meal. This is something you have to go back and reflect. It's that third bar of the triangle process. When we talk about creativity, we talk about a logic of innovation, we talk about thinking out the box. Okay? Anybody know what the box is? Pardon? Brain? Anybody else? Frame of mind. Who said that? Excellent. Anything else? Who said that? Who said words?
Rules.
Rules, okay, rules, cool. Legislation, all right? Of what? Like social rules? Okay. Shout out.
Comfort zone, thinking outside your comfort zone.
Okay, cool.
The limits that we set to ourselves.
Good.
Where you position yourself on Google Earth.
That's even better. All right, okay. Yeah. Okay, it's in perception. Right? And in perception, the box is a word or name. Let's go back to our Greek guys, three Greek guys. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, they founded our educational system. Logos, word. In perception, when you see, you hear, you taste, your nose. You guys talk about designing experience. All right? You guys are predominantly in and around taste as an experience. And touch, but also eye, because it has to be pleasing on the eye. Logos, all right? It's in your experience, all right, where these words that organize your experience sit. Somebody got a cup. Cup never has to be called cup. It's really important that you go back to that basic logic, etc., because what you begin to realize is that persistent mode of seeing something through habit traps you. That's what happens to business models that don't realize they have a sell-by date. Neil, where are you, Neil? A financial director? Is it Neil? Right, okay. Class 101, finance, right? It's in perpetuity when you set up your business. I have news for you. You probably nowadays have about 18 months to about 3 years as a window of you setting that up. And best you at 18-month point have a new business model that's going to come on, especially the way things are working nowadays. So strategic innovation is about being an architect of experience at multiple levels. What people confuse strategic innovation with is strategic planning. And the way to think about it is if you're you have a boat, and the boat is the organization. People confuse the role of captaining the boat as with the process of innovation. It's not. It's the person who created the boat, going back to that dusty office where the sawdust is and the blueprints are, that's where the DNA of the organization is. What you do during the day, right, is just the process of making sure that boat moves. Right? But you need to have that feedback loop in place. This whole deployment of innovation, not as new product design, but as a process of collaboration, means that you have to think about different ways of working together, fundamental different ways. And a lot of it is a word that has been an anathema to our world of work, which is to learn to play. We call what children do play, but they don't, they experiment. When you watch a child learn to draw, they're continuously experimenting in the production of stuff. They don't get concerned about the end result until people start giving them feedback about it, and then they stop drawing or stop doing stuff. If you want to do more of that drawing stuff, please look up a book which is, I always get this the wrong way around, Drawing on the right-hand side of the brain. Yeah, I got it right. And it's by Betty Edwards, and it's marvelous. It's the New York School of Art, successfully completed by most people who do fraud. So they're able to do it. That was really good. Strategic thinking is about why. Strategic planning is about how do I do that. The why business is the business of now. All right? Having a business model that lasts for 50 years, for 60 years, those days are well gone now. You know, as we talked about before, you've got to lucky if you've got a business model that can last 3 years. This is De Bono, the father of lateral thinking, which is what I'm introducing you to, where he talks about you can't dig a new hole by digging the old one deeper. And so many of the businesses that we see that are in trouble now, whether it's the American automotive manufacturing industry or whether it's some of the European businesses, etc., keep on just digging the same hole. Whether they're cutting expenses, you know, producing products that just don't have a fit in the values of this world as they moved on, etc. Dan Pink, he wrote this about 3 years ago, if I remember rightly. What we're talking about, and the reason why I get you to do that, is because when you draw that horse, right, we talk about that there's a space between your thoughts. Now, if I talked about this before you guys did that horse, you would have just like thought I was on, you know, some of the interesting products that you create that give nice hallucinogenic effects. Right? Here, designing concepts, finding the space between your thoughts with a framework to produce an output, that's the business of today. We talk about a conceptual age. We talk about the movement from information, collecting data, analyzing that data, and making decisions, to a new way of designing experiences as being the measure of what new businesses are. I nicked this off Tom Peters. I pinched this because it's kind of, you get it in a picture. Right? The creative